What is up, YouTube? It is Matty, and yes, this is going to be a quick episode or a quick video to talk a little bit about walls. And yeah, I've got my own thoughts, and I wanted to sort of go through them with you. So this game, its most comparable thing is, I suppose, Clash of Clans. There's a lot of copycat games out there from Clash. I wouldn't consider this much of a copycat game because of how different it really is at the core. Now, you can't classify every game where you build a base and you upgrade things as a Clash of Clans copycat. But anyway, the focus I want to talk about is walls. Now, in Clash of Clans, you obviously you started at Town Hall level 1 and moved up to Town Hall 10 throughout the game, and wall cost increased quite significantly. But in this game, I think the wall price is crazy, particularly from level 5 to level 6. Now, I'm Stronghold 7, okay, and what I would say is, because you're raiding, because the amount of loot you find is dependent upon your stronghold level. So let me give you an example. At Stronghold 6, the max raid I was finding was about 20,000. At Stronghold 5, that might have been about 10,000. At Stronghold 7, it's about 50,000 is the max, really. You never find really over 50. Find quite a few 48s, 47s, but they're rare. I mean, the majority of attacks you find are between, say, 4k and 10k. So I'll give you an example in a minute, and we'll do an attack and see what sort of figure we find. But because of that, it almost doesn't warrant holding on a stronghold level until your walls are maxed. So if I wanted to max level 6 walls at Stronghold 7, that's 250,000 per wall. I mean, max storages, I can only hold enough for 2 walls at a time. And agreed, there's only, 40 or 50 pieces. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, it's about 50 pieces of wall-ish. But that is a lot of money. Whereas if I went up to Stronghold 8, I might be getting, I don't know what the actual loot is up there. I might be getting 60,000, 80,000, maybe even 100,000 at the higher end of raids, and the lower end might be nothing a little bit less than 10. So because the nature of the game is that the more you up, the higher stronghold level to go, the more loot available, it almost doesn't warrant sitting on a stronghold and maxing the walls. Now, you can if you want, but while you're sat there going for your 250,000 walls and taking sort of weeks, potentially months to do that, I'm going to be up Stronghold 9 probably by that point and just blast them out in a couple of days. If you see what I mean. Now, that doesn't mean don't max your walls at all, or sorry, don't upgrade your walls at all, because they do have, you can see, a defense increase, and troops will get stuck on them, and obviously the longer troops are stuck on them, the more the mortars, the watchtowers, and spell towers are gonna damage those troops and kill them ultimately. Obviously, the dragon is a big part of the game as well, which ignores walls anyway, but that's where sort of strategy comes into play. But still, you need to upgrade your walls. But I mean, for me, I'm going to upgrade them all to level 5. It's 35. Sorry, here we go. Look, that's a level 4 wall. Go to level 5. It's 35,000. Now, that's not unachievable, because I get that sometimes in one raid, sometimes in 3 or 4 raids. But it is achievable at Stronghold 7, whereas at Stronghold 6, it's a bit of a grind. So, based on that nature, I wouldn't sort of advise it. Now, classic example, Dubai Fox here. So he's rushed Stronghold 7, and he's got level 2 walls, and level 1 walls, in fact. But what he can do now is, whereas it might have taken him, let's say, 100 raids to max out level 4 walls at Stronghold 4, now he's at Stronghold 7, it might take him a couple of raids to do it. Do you see what I mean? It's not the end of the world, as long as at some point you catch up. Now, I would say his walls are rushed for his stronghold level, but I would say that mine are okay. Let's look at someone else. Let's look at Cause. Let's find him in chat. I know he's here somewhere. It's going to be the easiest way to find him. Here he is. Visit. So Cause is doing a bit better than me. So he's at Stronghold 6 level, yeah? And he's already got all his max level 4 walls, and he's moving up to level 5. So you can see he's already probably got about half, just under half of his walls up to level 5 already. But then he might be sat at Stronghold 6 longer than I was, and when I've blasted out my level 5 walls a lot quicker than he could, just because of the nature of the fact that you get more loot per stronghold level. So I hope that makes sense. I've been playing this game long enough now to really sort of start to get a grasp of upgrades and how things work. Now, saying that, that's quite a good raid from me. That's pretty big. I can give you an example of some replays actually. And the other thing is, look, I can see here that a lot of that loot is in the actual storages. And because I've got paladins, I don't really want to attack through the north, because that curse tower can be a real pain. But a lot of the it's a shame, because a lot of the percentages up there, a lot of the mana. So it looks like I'm going to go through the bottom. But if I just take this down, speed it up. Oh, I was hoping the dragon was going to actually go to the gold storage next. Let's see if I can keep him out of range and get that gold, because then I'll attack through that other gold storage. But before I do that, I'll dump my dragon up top to go and get some of that mana. Just because mana is king in this game. So if I can dump him up there, look, keep him out of range of that air defense. There we go. While that's going on now, I can start focusing on an attack. So I'm going to break that wall there, break that wall there, and look, I've already just written off all this guy's hard work on walls. Unlucky. So I'm going to drop all my troops down here, and I'm going to have to save up for a freeze spell now, because I was able to break straight in. Means my troops aren't going to be held up. But look at that, I've already sort of got a good amount of mana for a freeze spell. We're going to dump the freeze over here, get a bit more mana via my dragon up there after he's finished on that gold. Unfortunately, the troops are still getting held up. See, the AI isn't quite there yet on this game, I don't think. The AI is a little bit off. I just need to get the freeze. Come on, guys. There we go. So I can kill that mortar from doing all that damage. Dump this down. Bam, bam, bam. Should be a full 100% here. Yep. There we go. I'll show you a couple of replays of what I meant, by the way, just to reinforce things while we're in video. Why not? Bum, bum, bum. That was a nice raid, and now I can upgrade another wall. Let's go back. See, because yeah, it's just quick. I've just realised it's a lot quicker if you actually just go up a bit, but don't get too far behind. And what I will say is, do max all your defences. So you can see here, I have forgot to put the bunker down, but all my defences are max level. My troops are not yet, so I've got to make a debate whether I go up or not. But that's a different sort of topic and a different sort of discussion, I suppose. Now, if you look at the loot, actually, you can see here my attacks: 38, 43, then 4.5, 13, 4.5, 4.5, 20, 4.5, 45, 39. I think I had a good run, look. I had quite a few high raids back to back, which was a bit rare. But you can see here, this is Stronghold 7, and this is just a bit of an idea, the sort of loot that you get. I mean, I said they're rare, but they're not stupidly rare, but when you've only got sort of an attack every 20 minutes, ideally you'd want 40,000 every attack, but you can't get that. But just to give you a bit of a run through it, the sort of loot that you get up here. Now, if you're a Stronghold 5 or 6 looking at that, you're thinking, my God, why am I not Stronghold 7 probably? Anyway, hope my wall thoughts and explanation has sort of given you an idea. This wasn't sort of discussion on wall to influence base design or anything like that, but just mainly at the cost and the strategy of upgrading a base from the wall perspective. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!